Hey everyone, welcome to Captain's Log Crisis Detected live stream. Today we are going to be talking about art on the game. We talked about it last week on our live stream as well. So we'll try to go over some different stories, but for those who tuned in last week, you'll see some of the same cards, things like that. We're going to go through all the background, ask us a lot of questions about what's happening in the game, the art, flavor, anything that you'd like, because we are happy to talk about it. And of course, what we're also going to do today is make some special announcements. Obviously, we've been doing a t-shirt voting contest, so that's going to be out there. We're going to do a lot of other announcements, so just make sure to place your comments, make your votes, do what you can, and we will get started with what's happening today. All right, so for those tuning in for the first time, this is Captain's Log Crisis Detected, a new Kickstarter game that we are launching. So, for those who are not familiar with the game, you command a fleet of spaceships holding precious cargo. So, on all the ships, you have these cargo cards. You're going to place them down, and then you're going to have your ships. And your goal is to destroy opposing players' ships. So, make sure to check out the rules video for more details on how to play. And then you'll play crisis cards on opposing player ships. The crisis cards, you only can play one per turn. And then you use crew cards to solve those crises. So crises have various different resolve texts that you use and may say that you need a captain, security, or 2 recruits to resolve, such as the mutiny I just played. And you'll play your crew cards on your ship. And if you have the appropriate number of crew, your ship survives. If not, your ship is going to explode. All right. And then you have various command cards. Command cards do a lot of unique abilities, allow you to play multiple crises, deflect other people. So you're going to have a lot of different things to do. And of course, everyone's favorite part of this game is trading. How trading works in this game is you trade cards 1-to-1, face down, and you don't have to actually give the card you're trading to the other player. You can lie about it and sabotage your opponent. So that's a quick rundown of how to play Captain's Log Crisis Detected. And so we are going to get into gameplay, talk a little bit about the art and how we came up with the game, and tell some cool, fun stories. But of course, we haven't introduced ourselves yet, so I'll start. I'm Sunshine.
I'm Vanessa.
CJ. I'm Vita.
All right, and we are the Tally Mark team, and we are here to get started with gameplay. So we are going to first start with just setting up the cards, and we'll go from there. So we'll get going. All right.
Here's your blue, CJ. Huh? Vanessa, are you going to do red or orange? You do green?
Yeah, we'll switch it.
He's not playing? Oh, yeah, he's going to be doing that. If you haven't noticed, we have our favorite colors. So, try to respect those favorite colors.
All right, you're going to want to move your ships up more.
I'm just getting a little bit more here.
All right. So, as we are getting started, let's talk about, Captain's Log and just how we got here. All right. So, we're talking about art today. So, one of the big things was just coming up with the thematics for the game, and this one was space themed. It kind of just started out space themed right away. Never changed every question. We just thought it worked really well. Probably one of the things that we didn't cover last week was, one of the things we talked about was space mining, and that's something that has kind of always been kind of trying to figure out in the flavor and the history of the game, was just how to kind of make sense of that. Why are people pulling cargo in space?
Ah!
What's going on?
I have technical difficulties all the time.
All good. So, that was one of the things we kind of came up with, was just trying to figure out why are we in space and why are people hauling this cargo and what are they trying to do? So, that was one thing that we, started out with in this game. All right. Well, who's going first today?
I am.
Right.
I traveled the farthest.
Ooh.
So let's go with an overloaded here.
Really?
Yep.
That is so
We're
unfair.
gonna start it off with a good set, and because you probably need these engineers,
Ooh.
we're gonna set those out, and that'll be the end of my turn. I'm gonna
Vanessa,
draw up to 5 total.
do you have?
Nope.
Nope.
Wow. I was asking if you have a red card, but I guess not.
I don't have a thing.
Wow. Vanessa.
These are all blank, Vita.
Blank? They're
No
not
cards.
blank.
No cards.
Well, I'm gonna tether that engineer I'm not gonna get.
Okay.
Should never ask for help anyways. I actually don't know what my points are. Because I did not look. So I'm just gonna spread the love here and
Ah,
blow up this ship. And then-
first blow up.
I know.
The first
Early
round.
starts. Boom.
That overloaded was not fun.
Alright.
Okay, Vanessa, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna play a swap on CJ.
I'm gonna deflect that, and you can swap with Vita.
That's fair.
Alright.
I can care less. I should have exploded.
All right. So, do we want to talk about some of the cards that have already been played?
Yeah, so we can start with, let's scroll through here and let's, you know what, let's talk about Deflect. So one of the things was, you know, with Deflect, not only the changes in art, but just changes in how the game play was going to be for Deflect, because we had a lot of discussion originally about Deflect itself, about what does it deflect? It should be allowed to deflect all these different things. So you can see the art has changed throughout the years, I guess months. I would say years, but it feels like
Throughout
years.
that time.
Yeah. At the time. Yeah. The other portion of the deflect overall was whether or not it would just work on crisis cards or crisis and command cards.
Yeah.
And whether the person who was playing the attack got to choose the new target, like it was just a deflect, or if the person that plays the deflect gets to choose the target. So it went through a lot of different iterations before we came to this final
Exactly.
option.
So one of the things was we thought, well, if it's the person who plays the deflect gets to choose, you know, it makes sense to be called deflect. But if it was the person who got deflected, who played the original card, then
It's just a shield.
it's more of a shield. So we thought about calling it shield up. So you can see in the middle art that kind of also works for kind of a shields kind of style. But that was kind of a big discussion, and you know, we determined that we like the idea of having the person who played the deflect be the one to choose a new target, because it allowed them to stay more engaged in the game rather than putting up shields. You know, yeah, they put up shields, but they may not pay attention to all the extra gameplay. So that was kind of a big reason why we kept it, so that people continue to, like, you know, do unique weird things when they deflect.
Yeah.
And it just keeps everyone engaged as well, and making sure that, hey, you gotta be watching to make sure that you don't get hit. And if you do get hit, who are you gonna attack next? So you are kind of like thinking about who is the strongest, even though you're being attacked.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Playing overloaded.
I'm going to deflect that too.
Ooh, look at that.
And we'll go over here.
Well, it's a good thing I took a recruit from Vita. I will go ahead and resolve that end of turn, and go ahead and take my cards.
All right.
Just stumble over here in my little corner.
So overloaded seems to be the crisis of
Wow.
Of choice.
What the heck?
Wow,
Choice.
overloaded.
and that is my only card that I'm going to.
Because you had 2 deflects. I mean, how many
Yeah.
cards do you have now?
Right.
So for those
Exactly.
watching at home, there are 10 overloaded cards in the main deck. So you can say it's a bit overloaded with that particular crisis. That's the most crisis of that type. So
How long did it take you to come up
So,
with
I've been working on that for years.
Years.
wait, so does she have a deflect, Vanessa?
that? Who knows? She drew back up.
I drew back up. I used 2 of them.
And
There are 5
You
of
know what?
them.
commands
What?
have
I'm
5
gonna
cards
You're
each.
gonna risk it?
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
I
There
tried
you go.
swapping with her. It didn't work.
A
Yeah.
lot of swaps happening today.
Right.
I am
What?
gonna play your recruit,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do an injury right here,
Medic.
and then I'll rapid fire and give you. You should really go to medical school.
All right.
So this gets resolved. And
I like how you have all the medics on yours and
I went to medical
on mine.
school, okay? My crew went to medical school. CJ,
Yeah.
now it's your turn, Melissa.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a swap on Vita.
Sounds fine. I'll deal with it. Gotta deal with it. Can't do anything.
It's a pretty spicy card there.
I
I
know.
want that spicy card. You can have that one.
What's this review?
Two cards. Two cards. Spicy,
You
spicy.
took the spicy
I
card.
took the spicy card because I'm gonna play it on your
What?
ship there. You got a little off course there. You need the captain. You call the captain. I'll play security on mine and draw back up.
All right. Well, as Vanessa's drawing back up, we played a lot of swaps right now, so let's talk swap. What's some cool things happening with the swap card?
Yeah, so overall, art-wise, we kept it pretty similar. Casey had talked last time about kind of the change in the art from the hands to without the hands on the final swap card, just because of the border around the edges makes it difficult to keep people from identifying the cards without seeing the edges. So that has been one of the big changes in our final swaps. But overall, from the design or idea of the card, it's always been pretty similar.
Yeah. So probably one interesting thing about the swap card, though, was with all of our commands, swap was and deflect were the originals, and we used to be able to play them on anybody's turn. And so swap got crazy when we used to play it on each other's turns, because literally people would swap with you like just as soon as you drew a card, and like, you know, make
Mid-turn,
sure.
they would try to steal the card out of your hand.
Right before
And it
you're
just-
actually
yeah.
going to resolve your crisis, and it became way too difficult to see who actually did you steal the card or did I solve the crisis.
It definitely made things really difficult to tell who had priority first in the turn of events.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agree with the decision to turn it to only on your turn. It definitely kind of nerfed it a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure. But I think overall it improves gameplay, making sure that people's turns flow a lot better.
Okay.
But it was very chaotic. So, you know, if you like chaos, feel free to make a house rule and just play all the commands. Anyone's turn, it would be.
That would be chaotic.
It's
Very
very
chaotic.
chaotic. It was very crazy, but that's kind of the history of the gameplay of swap.
All right.
Just on an artistic point of view, because I've always been interested, is there a reason for the green and blue arrows?
Overall,
Or
that
did
is Casey.
you just like the colors?
You know, that's
That is Casey. I don't know. We'd
I
have to
wondered
ask
if it
him.
was
color blindness or something.
Well, I don't know if that was, but I wondered if it was supposed to represent like the green player, blue player.
That's pretty
Yeah.
funny because now that we changed it to the tools, so see in the second iteration we added the tools and then, you know, finalized it with just the tools in the third iteration. You would think the arrows would match the uniforms of the people changing.
Yeah.
You
So I
know.
wonder if the green and blue is just.
That
Yeah.
it could change. All the art is subject to change, and that's the big thing. Is, you know, as we analyze art, even now we are making these considerations. Does the colors make sense? Should a green card and a blue card be trading? Are these, you know, who's swapping? Are these different ships? You know, because it's everyone's always going to pick blue and green, right? Because those are the best ship
The
colors.
best.
Purple.
So maybe that's which, you know, I'm surprised Casey didn't pick orange, but you know.
I think the top on top is very orange, so that's
Yeah.
going to be
Why
hard.
wasn't
It wasn't originally.
Yeah,
though.
originally it was purple. Which,
And the reason we didn't
makes it-
take purple was because of the color blindness and making sure that we have different colors and icons, so
Yeah.
that if you are colorblind, it's still easy to differentiate different cards.
I don't know. That'll be a question I'll have to ask. Should we leave the arrows green and blue?
Yeah.
So make sure to comments, let
Should
us
they be
know.
white? Should they be black? Well, they can't be
They
black.
can't be black.
But they
That's
can be
why
white.
you're not the art director.
Oh.
Awesome.
All
All
right.
right.
I need a medic. Does anybody have a medic?
No, I
They're
actually
right
don't.
there.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go, they're gonna take an escape pod very soon.
Yeah.
There are 4 medics in the deck for all of you following at home.
She has
So,
half of them.
Yeah.
With this much left.
I know. All right.
This has a lot of ships.
We all have a lot of ships. Why?
like,
have
only
one
one ship
less.
has exploded so far.
I don't
Well,
understand this.
I've got one exploded ship.
Boom, ba boom, boom.
Yeah. No assistance on my side.
I had no assistance to give.
Yeah. All right. Vita, go ahead.
Vanessa, overload.
Wow,
Sure.
so many overloads.
Okay. Untether that security. And then I will put an engineer here. And my medic had to take an escape pod because it exploded.
Went off course.
It went off course.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of untethering in this game, so I think this is a great time to talk about
A lot of untethering from Vita only.
from Vita. Yeah.
Whoa!
I'm just calling it out.
Oh.
I have 2 ships exploded. Think about me.
Let's talk about Untethered. There was been a lot of sweet art on this particular card.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of debate. So around Untethered, it was created to help get rid of people that stack up a specific ship with their crews.
Yeah.
And we started off with a photon blaster, which is kind of hard to design.
You had a good one. It's not up there, but you had a better one.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that is. But if people saw the other one, I think they would have voted for that one.
But as you can see, they get a little bit more graphic. To keep it more kid friendly, we went more to the floating away in space.
Just sending them out into space.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot scarier than photon blaster.
I don't know. Which photon is?
You could maybe be rescued
No,
and floated
no,
off into
you-
space.
You cannot be rescued
You
from
need an
that.
escape pod. You want
Alright.
an escape pod.
Yeah.
Let's judge each particular photon blaster. Describe the scene that's happening. All right. So in the original scene, we have photon blaster number 1, which is what? A giant lightning bolt.
It was
Yes.
supposed to be from a ray gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good
Photon
like it's a lightning bolt. It looks like a guy is being struck by lightning, and it says zap. Which one of the cool things we thought about doing was actually making the lightning bolt like be the word zap. That was one of the pictures that we had for the photon blaster. But I don't think the lightning bolt describes a photon blaster
No,
at all.
No, not that one. I'm saying there was a better one out there that actually
Okay.
showcased what I think.
All right.
An actual
So
shooting.
we're gonna
Yes.
vote for what we'd rather have to each of us. So, would you rather be photon blasted by a lightning bolt, or number 2, which is like
Decimated.
looks like a giant like Death Star laser beam just crossing your body.
That's what
But
happened to all those
So-
peoples on those planets. The First Order got
you know,
blasted.
You know, it was a little bit more of the inspiration of like turning to dust and like floating away. You know?
I mean, with some different terminology, this could be like being beamed up somewhere instead, like where you get dematerialized and rematerialized in a ship. That could sort of be like getting beamed to a different ship.
Yeah.
Pieces.
Pieces, yeah. They're still working on the technology. It's not perfected yet. All right. So we have those 2. I mean, then there was Detained, which
Yep.
is just being in a jail
That
cell.
lasted, I think, less than 2 days.
I think that was like
from a theme perspective, it was
Yeah.
low on the
yeah.
on the options.
We felt like you get detained, but the thing we didn't like about Detained was it just didn't feel right because if you're
It also-
detaining someone, it
yeah,
seems like
it-
you'd get the card. Right?
Yeah, like they can do something to get back the person, but in
Yeah.
Untethered, you can't get them back. They're just
It's
Exactly.
gonna
gone.
take a
They're
lot
gone.
of resources
They have
to get
floated
them.
away. So What would you guys rather be? Would you rather be lightning bolted, dematerialized, detained, or untethered?
People can survive lightning strikes. I'm just saying.
Okay, alright. What about number 2?
Yeah, that person's gone.
Totally got it.
They're gone.
That person never existed.
That's
I don't
sad.
know. I like the untethered. I think the recruit is super cute as he is floating away.
I think
Yeah.
most people would agree with you as well, since that seems to be one of the more popular choices
Yeah.
for the T-shirt.
Yep.
Shipping,
Yeah.
not included,
ship
included.
This one right
Is
here.
leading the pack. So just a reminder, everyone who's watching right now, if you can still go and vote if you had, and we're gonna tally up the votes here at the end of the live stream.
Absolutely, and you know, that's my favorite title for a T-shirt design was just that one. All the other ones were pretty generic, but when I was like, oh, this is going to be hilarious. So, you know, just by title alone. So, all right, well, let's get back to game.
Okay.
All right.
Whose turn is
So you blew up your stuff and untethered Vanessa's
My-
Yes,
security.
that's
So
true. Yeah, so it's
Vanessa.
Vanessa's turn.
All right. Well, looks
We need a
like
first
you're
player
gonna be
token.
going off course.
No.
Thank you for sharing the love, Vanessa. I appreciate
Got
that.
anything?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, I'm going to be playing a recruit over here. And oh, look, I went to engineering school. Boom.
Saving.
Oh, what are these? The commands?
Those are all the
All
random
sorts of different
sketches.
ideas.
Show these to our viewers. So, to give you some more ideas of what some of the command cards looked like, you know, you can see some of the original photon blast in the lower right here corner. You can see the zap and the guy getting kind of dematerialized. Deflect, you know, swap, showing the cards. We haven't seen too much rapid fire today, just one,
No.
right? But that used to be called unexpected chaos, so we should probably talk about some unexpected chaos
With the rapid fire.
with a rapid fire. So let's go with the history of rapid fire. All right, let's talk about rapid fire.
So, this was created in response to an issue found that the games kind of could go a little bit longer than we would like. So it's really easy to kind of defend your ships, especially when you have players helping you. So rapid fire, or what used to be known as unexpected chaos, was supposed to help that a little bit and create some chaos by allowing players to play more than one crisis on their turn. So, and the first iterations, I think, were just random ones that were thrown out there. We really didn't know how to artistically portray that. Even like on some of the ones that I helped with, they were just kind of just made to look chaotic. You know, the one with all the ships, that's chaotic. The one with mutinous Carl attacking 2 ships, it's just chaos. So I think when, I'm not sure who
Casey
proposed the rapid fire name change, I think it just became easier to be able to kind of artistically express it with the missiles.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot cleaner than unexpected chaos.
yeah.
And here you guys can see all of the different rapid fire missile iterations. I think overall we came out with the right one. Otherwise, some of them looked like flying crayons. So overall, yeah, that's rapid fire.
I would take a crayon over a crisis.
Yeah, I know, me too.
All right, so let's ask everyone, what is your favorite command card?
Out of all of them.
Out of all the commands, which one's your favorite?
Ooh.
I can go first. So I don't think I get help anymore. So my favorite is to cause chaos. So I love the rapid fire when I have 2 crises in
All
my
right, let's
hand.
do favorite one to play, favorite artwork. All right,
Okay, favorite to play.
Since we're focused on artwork today. So, favorite one to play, here's rapid fire. Which one's your favorite artwork?
Untethered is so cute with the little scissors.
All right, Vanessa, what do you love to play?
So my favorite to play would be deflect. I just like saying no to people. Or not today. Not today, people. No. But artwork wise, I'd probably have to go with Untethered too. I think it's the most on theme making sense for me.
Really thematic.
For me, yeah.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
fun fact is Vanessa, whenever she proposes a game idea. So we have a lot of games in our backlog. Whenever she proposes a game, she's just like, I want a game where I can say this. That's all. That's all she does. And then, you know, I'm like,
I'm all about the gimmicks, people.
Yeah.
All about the gimmicks.
She goes, I want it never safe in space. That's gonna be our thing for this one.
how can we add that to the
How
game?
can we add that to the game?
It's like every game. And then sometimes she's like, I just want to say this. How could this become a game? Well, I think we can do this, this, and this. She's like, I like it. Like, done. All right, CJ, what's your favorite card to play?
All right. To play, I would agree it's rapid fire.
Boom, boom.
Just because when you get 2 rapid fires and 3 crisis cards, you empty your hand and you really demolish someone. It makes you feel really good. But I mean, cuteness wise, it's untethered. I
Untethered.
mean, it's so cute.
There you go.
Yeah, unanimous.
I mean, the art is fantastic there. I mean, it is definitely really great on the art. So nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's back.
Does
the game
anybody
up.
have a captain?
No.
Would they be willing
I knew it. My ship would not exploded.
to trade?
What are you willing to do for it?
I'll give you a crisis card.
Ass. Gotta be something better than that.
I'll give you a blue card.
Okay.
I'm gonna swap with you.
Wow.
Should have asked for 2 cards.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. We're gonna give you that. And Vita, we're gonna swap with you.
Okay.
Wow, it's a lot of swaps today.
I know.
Maybe it's shift, but that must be all of them by now.
I think so. Alright, I'll give you that, and then I'll give you one of those. And we will untether
Keep your artwork.
your security.
It's gotta be salty about everything.
And we'll place the overloaded there. And I will draw back up,
Don't forget to explode that ship.
and I'll explode.
Boom.
That's you have a lot of ships.
I barely have anything.
You have.
Isn't that what you say all the time?
No, I think you love Carl a lot.
No. I hate Carl.
Carl could go right there.
I dislike him, I mean.
Dislike him? Okay, but does he stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess so.
She doesn't have a deflect.
I'm gonna
Share that with the world now, CJ.
Dang it! Do you have a rapid fire that I can use? On her? I can trade you a red card.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna use rapid fire.
Woo! A fan favorite.
And then I am gonna do Carl just love you.
Oh.
Thank you, CJ. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that. And now I'm gonna draw back up.
All right, I think this is a good time to talk about crisis cards because a whole lot of crisis cards have been played. So let's just go down the list of each of the crisis cards and talk about them.
Alright,
So.
of course. This is the one that just blew up my ship.
Oh, so you're very familiar with it. So tell us more, CJ.
Yeah. So this one started off as a navigation anomaly. So we wanted to create a crisis card that only captains could resolve.
Mhm.
And so really when it comes to the different crew members that we have, the only person that can really make navigational decisions would be a captain, which is kind of why we ended up with the navigation anomaly, uncharted territory. But in both of those instances, the words are just a lot of space in there, and it wouldn't fit. So we went with something a little bit simpler with off course, making it a little easier. And artwork wise, we had a variety of different iterations, but I think ultimately it's pretty clear you're going to hit an asteroid field if you don't get this crisis solved.
And when we switched kind of the uncharted territory off course, who came up with the general idea? Was that you, Vanessa? Can you...
Yeah, that one was just based off of sketching and requests from people doing the artwork. That would be the Casey's.
Sure.
So wanted help, and that was I think one of two of them that I tried, but both of them had consoles in it.
Yeah.
I just thought off course should show the console, like the thing that pilots the ship.
Absolutely.
So, and then of course have the little stuff in the background showing the crisis. So.
Well, something good is we should tell everyone just how our art process works as a team. So do you want to go over
Oh yeah.
how does that work?
Yeah. So to help build out iterations of art, our team really focuses on kind of brainstorming from the entire group instead of it just being one person creating art. So we put together kind of a general idea of what the name is as a group, and then start coming out with ideas. So everybody puts out sketches. If they see an image of something that they like, they put it all into a file for the group to look at. And then myself or Casey, who put the art together, creates different iterations based off of what the group comes up with as a general idea. We look at different versions of them and then kind of tweak them as we go to create something final.
I think Vanessa did a lot of sketches for a lot of the art.
Yeah.
Oh, there was
lot
a
of
couple.
ideas.
Yeah, there was a couple of pages used for sketching for this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
think
mainly to have fun and draw.
I think Vanessa's our biggest sketcher out there.
I don't know. Casey would rival me.
Yeah,
I
Very
mean,
he
but
does.
I mean, as far as other people on the who are not doing
Right.
specific design, you do a lot of sketches for the art, so that's really awesome. All right, let's talk about injury. The evolution of the dog bone.
So with injury, it was really hard to come up with types of injuries that you would have in space.
Yeah.
It was extremely hard to come up with anything.
Well, because can you think of any injuries that are like very popular in space? I can only think of like maybe some kind of space sickness or
Yeah.
motion sickness. But how do you portray that in it?
In a picture, it's hard to show
Yeah.
something that's not like a physical
Yeah.
embodiment of something. Yeah,
I was like, gravity, without
Right.
having gravity, I don't know how you would show that.
Do you
Or
want the
kid.
recruit to be maybe like over the toilet?
Yeah, like green in the face, I guess, being sick. I guess that's what we do.
That could have.
Yeah.
But would you really need a medic to solve that issue, or do you just need to
Like-
go to bed and
Exactly.
be strapped in or something? So, like, a broken bone is the easiest demonstration
Yeah.
of like a good injury
Yeah.
that you would need medical attention for.
I mean, I do like the.
Ah, my knee! Help! Help!
I don't know, for those Family Guy fans,
Yeah.
that is exactly what I was thinking about for that one. It's just when Peter's on the pavement going, which I thought was done beautifully. It's kind of hard to see what it is, but for what you had to go off of,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Oh.
mean, his knee is in pain.
I know the dog bone. We had proposed the X-rays pretty early, but we just never got to it because we were trying to think of a better name
Yeah.
for the card.
Mhm.
And then when we finally just said we're just going to call it injury, we finally made the X-rays. So,
Yep. So the little hidden gem in this one is that the skull is actually made from the recruit's face. So it's his exact eye placement and mouth placement into his actual skull.
I actually thought of a funny question afterwards. Why
Yeah.
isn't the leg bone the exact proportion to that?
Because
it's zoomed in.
the
Is
leg,
it? I
yeah,
don't know.
Yeah.
I was-
It's-
These are
it's-
questions that enter my mind.
it's really because the leg of our little guys are so small that you really have to zoom in to see any fractures.
Yeah, well, of course, it just blows it up.
Yeah.
Come
Can you do that? I don't know. Let's ask a doctor. A doctor out there. Do you zoom in on X-rays?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Yeah.
I've never broken a bone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Get on
I've
top
never-
of that.
When I had my finger broken, it was a pretty big thing for just my tiny little finger.
Yeah. Big picture of the collarbone. I mean, yes. Yes.
Yes, they zoom in.
I'm sorry. I'm not as injury prone as you two.
Any doctors watching, feel free to comment in the stream. Can you zoom in on X-rays? Please confirm for us today.
Yes.
All right, we've been referencing Carl a lot today, so let's talk about Carl.
Mutinous Carl.
Mutinous Carl. He has a backstory, I hear. So, Vanessa, what's the backstory of the character?
Mutinous Carl was an engineer underneath the captain many years ago. And, of course, when a crisis happens in the engine room with the overloaded, Carl's got to go respond to it. The captain can't do it. So Carl is going to respond to the overloaded crisis. Unfortunately, loses a hand. And, well, when you lose a hand, that does things to people. That I guess makes them blind in one eye.
Or he maybe just wears it to just add to the portrayal.
Maybe he because he has a hook for a hand now. Then maybe he
It's
tried
the
to scratch his eye because he
Oh,
forgot his hand and then poked out his eye.
So now he has more reasons to dislike the captain. And so because he dislikes the captain, he's going to try his best to declare a mutiny because he thinks he could be the...
He could be a better captain.
At least no one will lose an arm on his watch or an hand.
Awesome. And you can kind of see as the art evolves, he evolves with it. I mean, see, he still has his hand. The recruit tried to stop him. Now he lost his hand and his eye. And then he got a nicer hook.
Yeah. He had an
He
upgraded
upgraded.
hook.
Upgrade hook and some new shoes. So
Yeah. And some shoes.
and some shoes. All right, we have one more crisis card. So let's talk about Overloaded. All right.
The most popular crisis of the day.
Yes, a lot of them.
So this one we started off, we always knew that this would be an easy crisis option with the theme. Your ship has engines and it's not working anymore.
Yeah.
So we started off with the basic art on the far left, but there was a lot of concern about a baby being in space. So then we moved over to kind of the general
A baby
concept.
in an engine room.
It could be a bald guy.
Is this Casey's way of trying to put someone like himself in the game?
He is not here to defend himself.
Yeah, why is there a bald guy on the space team? Well, that's a different question for when we talk about the crew.
Yeah. So the overload reactor, this was based off of a general sketch. And then we finalized it out with a much more crisp, clean look on the far right one.
Yeah. And fun thing about trying to do all the names is we wanted things that people would want to say. So, oh, you're overloaded. Something that, would be very thematic. And that's kind of how the crisis cards turned out. So we'll continue with gameplay. And then I'm going to have you guys tell me which one is your favorite art. So go ahead and start playing.
It's mine, right?
Yep. Those mutinies.
Yeah. Jeez, it'd be really nice if someone helped me out.
Did I draw anything? No, I did not draw anything.
I do not have anything
Wise.
that can help you.
Wise.
I mean, I have 5 cards.
I can't help
But
it.
nothing that can help you.
I'm going to go ahead and play an off course on Vita.
What?
Oh, geez, didn't seem to surprise you when you played your rapid fire on me, so I mean, that shouldn't surprise you either. And then I guess I'm just going to have to lay down my security.
What?
Yeah.
I
I
don't have anything. Look at that.
Wow.
But I still blew up the middle
One
ship,
ship.
which was the overloaded. I could not resolve that one.
So for all the viewers curious at home, have we play tested trying to destroy one person as fast as we can? Yes. And they somehow find ways to solve those crises. It's very interesting. They get out of it a lot of the time. So something that you try to do, but it's
Good luck.
Good luck.
And that's the best part about the trading thing is you want to look at everyone's field and okay, if I end the game now, will I win or will I not? And you're like, okay, I cannot end the game. So I'm going to help you just so that the game will go another round. So that's the best part about this game is it's pretty much who are your friends? Or your enemies could become your friends. Because there's an alternative reason for it. I can't solve the captain.
It's not your turn yet.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you. Just don't attack me because I can't solve it. But if you give me 2 rapid fires, I can do something with all 3 5 crises. Not on you.
Well, how about I just trade you?
Sure.
You
Which red one
What
do you
is
want?
this?
Um,
Why are they
I have
ganging up
mutiny,
on me?
injury, and overload.
I will take an injury.
Okay, here's an injury.
We've been tracking who's been winning these live stream games.
I know I haven't. Been.
I've won one
I
or
think you
two.
won one or two. Yeah, I think
I
so.
have not won any.
Okay. So
I don't know if you won on stream or not.
we'll put an injury here. We'll rapid fire.
Whoa.
Put an overloaded here since you seem to not be able to solve those. We'll rapid fire. And then we'll put it over here.
What?
Just to spread the love a little bit.
It's,
And I'll draw.
well, ships are going to be exploding soon, everybody.
It's a 5. That's my favorite part.
Rapid
Rapid
fire.
So I'm not gonna win.
You're not gonna lose yet either.
Yeah, I can make myself lose.
No. You gotta duke it out. I mean,
Anyone can help me or no?
everyone can whittle themselves down.
Anyone can help you?
Yeah. I need a recruit here.
Yeah, I don't have.
I got my own stuff.
I mean,
to
I
mix
gave you
here.
your guy.
I can't solve that one
Yeah,
because whatever you gave me, I can't solve it.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna discard an engineer with all 4 crises. And this ship explodes. A medic just can't solve an off course. And that recruit, he struggled. He needed another friend.
Mutinies, Carl.
Mutinous Carl.
Alright,
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna draw back up to 5.
so Vita's drawing back out since she chose discard her hand. Alright, so I think we all know which crisis is probably the most powerful. It's off course because it can only be solved by the captain.
Mhm.
Right.
So let's talk about which one's your favorite art. Of the crisis cards, which one do you love the most? Alright. So, Vanessa, what do you think?
That's difficult. So, Mutinous Carl is awesome. I do like him. But I really enjoy Off Course. There was a thing with the crisis cards I tried to do early on, which 2 of them have it still. But I was trying to have Easter eggs input of having the recruit be in all the crisis. Because the funny thing about crisis cards is recruits can't do anything by themselves. So if there was one in each of them, it made me laugh because that's why they're freaking out and can't solve it.
Can't do it on their own.
they just can't. So I always like the one with the recruits in it. So of course it's gonna have to be it.
Alright, CJ, which one do you like?
I am really stuck between 2. Injury.
Yeah.
Because I really liked the skull.
Family friendly, CJ. Family
I
friendly.
really
She's not
I
family
just
friendly. Have you
really-
seen her zaps and proton
Yeah.
blasters?
I really like the skull and overloaded because I really like how that like lightning shock stuff
Yeah.
is happening in the engine. Like I just visually I like those 2.
Alright, Vita.
This is tough. I actually just love saying mutiny all the time. Like, here's some more mutiny for you, and let's rapid fire another mutiny. It's just really fun. So I really love playing mutiny, but I also love the art for off course and the fact that only a captain can solve it really expedite the game a little more because there's only 3 captains the whole entire deck. And it's limited, and you can move that around. So, love the art in off course, but love playing mutiny.
And there are 9 mutinies in the deck. I am a fan of Injury because I asked for the X-rays a long time ago, and when I finally got them, like, yes! The X-rays have finally made it to the game. Alright, so let's keep going with gameplay.
Alright.
My turn.
Game might end pretty
That's your
soon.
turn.
I think it's your turn.
Alright.
Game's gonna end pretty soon.
Well, we're gonna untether your engineer,
Lovely.
and then we're going to play a mutiny over here.
Did not need that.
And I'm gonna have 2 ships explode.
Oh wow.
So drawback. Oh.
I actually don't know what kind of point I have here. You have like a 1 point.
All right.
Can you help me?
No, I can't. I don't have anything.
Can you help me?
Yeah, I can help you. What's it gonna get me?
I can trade you a different blue card.
Better not be a recruit.
No, it's not a
Okay,
recruit.
okay.
Is that
Okay, I'll take that. We'll start then by playing an off course.
Ooh.
wow.
Wow.
But wait,
There's
There's
more.
There's more.
there's more.
Ooh, what's the line? Ooh, tough.
Overloaded. Because you gave
She's
it to
salty.
me.
She's salty, you
Because
guys.
you gave it to me. You didn't solve my problem. I gave her a nice blue card. And in return, I got a red one. So with that, I'm down to 2 ships as well. So it's not like I'm winning.
It's anybody's game.
Oh wow.
And-
Right.
Vita, you're up.
It's a close one here.
Let's do a mutiny right here. Mutiny! Mutiny!
Favorite card to say.
Anything?
Nope.
Okay. And then I'm gonna untether this recruit. Goes floating away. And then I'm gonna draw back up.
All right.
So hope for the best.
Well, the game is getting pretty close to ending, so before it ends, let's meet the crew of our fabulous fleets. All right. So let's talk about the captain. Before we jump in, we should probably name all the crew members here. So, Vanessa, why don't you give us the backstory of our delightful crew on the ship?
I don't have the backstory on everyone yet.
Still in progress.
It's still in progress.
All right, what do you have for us? Let's meet Steve Edison, the engineer. All right, give us some background on good old Steve.
Right
Why
on the
is his
spot.
name Steve?
Why is his name Steve? Well, geez, I really like the name Steve. I wonder why. Maybe because it's Captain America's name, Steve Rogers. You guys should be thankful I didn't name another one Roger.
Why wasn't the captain named Steve?
Because the captain's a doofus.
But at least it would go with Captain America.
No, I'm not gonna degrade his name that way.
All right. That's Steve. Anything else to
So-
say about Steve?
Well, I don't have backstories, but I have backstories on the names.
Okay.
So-
All right. Let's talk about the backstories of
So
names.
Steve is obviously Steve Rogers. That's why I threw it in there. And then Edison, I just feel like an engineer would have an eventual engineering kind of sounding last name. And what's more inventory than Edison, the guy who stole all of his ideas?
That's why there's crisis happening on the ships because everything's overloading. That's always a problem on the
Exactly.
ship. All right. Let's meet Dwight Newman. All right.
Yeah. So the last name is obviously just a kind of. I don't know if it's a pun, but it's just kind of make fun of it because a recruit is considered the new man on ship or on deck. So I thought it'd be funny to make his last name Newman. And then Dwight came about because the recruit's definitely going to be like the lackey of the ship. He's going to be the gopher.
Yeah.
And what better gopher is there out there than Dwight Schrute from The Office? And so I decided to give him the name Dwight and make him assistant to the captain. Not assistant captain, assistant to the captain.
All right. Well, and all these names could change in our final flavor.
Yeah.
But we have Rick Hudson. Any cool stories about Rick?
Not really. So, okay, so I came up with the Hudson part as a first name initially. And that one was just because I was trying to think of names that you would consider to be leadership almost style. And if you Google leadership names, Hudson for some reason comes up on a couple of them. And I was like, Hudson, that sounds cool. We'll go with that.
Nice. All right. Of course, we've already talked a lot about Munis Carl, so I don't think
Yeah, no.
we need to say much about it. Then we have Piper Chambers.
Which has actually been updated, so it just hasn't been shown yet. But her name is actually Miranda Wright, and I know you have a story on that one.
So you guys, for some reason,
Yeah,
somebody
we wanted
wanted
to change her name to Miranda.
Somebody
Yeah.
wanted to change her. And I'm like, oh, Miranda Wrights. And then everyone's like, what? And I'm like, Miranda Wrights. Like, isn't that what you guys were going to do? And they're like, no, we're going to do Miranda Chambers. I was like, oh, I thought you were going to go with with the pun.
Which I can't believe I didn't think of it first. It really disappointed me.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally we have our medic, Liz Payne.
Yep, which is an updated version. So the last one that I got the initial name off was Leslie Payne. So I thought it'd be funny to have the medic's last name be Payne. Just any kind of medic with last name Payne, I think, makes me laugh. But then Leslie was because the shortened version of Leslie is less, so less pain. She's a medic. She helps create less pain for all the shipmates.
All right, so there's some crazy backstories, and we'll just go through some of the art. You can see, you know, for the most part, the art has been pretty solid for the captain. Really, just some changes to shoes.
An upgrade to his body,
Yeah.
getting some shoes.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's pretty solid.
looks pretty good.
Do you know why he was chosen as blue as the captain?
Because blue is the #1 color.
I don't think it's always. I mean, Star Trek isn't.
Red.
No, he's not red. He's something else.
No.
But
No, I don't know. Blue is just the top color. I don't know. That's Casey. I don't know why.
It just chose blue, and it just
I
is stuck
like it.
ever since.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
it's not bad. I like it.
I guess because all the crew
card.
cards are blue. I guess the captain's blue. It's his
Yeah.
crew, right?
It's he's leader.
All right, we'll jump to the medic, Liz Payne. All right, so what do you want to say about Liz? I know you did a lot with her there.
Overall, she's had a lot of different hairstyles, and her outfit used to be originally green, but we could not go with green because of her medic case, making it look like Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Pretty good thing too. Otherwise, me and Miss Carl would have just been a medic. That would've been- like, what kind of backstory can I come up with that?
An evil doctor.
Miss Carl would have had a different colored suit. But yeah, that's the background on her suit color and why it's purple.
You know, so why is her bandana or hairband different color than her suit?
So we've been debating on whether or not it should be purple.
Purple.
Or I wanted to go like totally different and
Should
do
be
like
yellow.
orange or yellow.
Yeah.
Should be like a light color, I think.
So we're still fiddling.
With what
her
color hair?
headband.
All right.
I
so
ran out of time to
let us
give
know in the
final.
comments what color you'd like to see your hairband. All right. All right, and then the engineer has stayed incredibly the same as well.
Yeah. He just got a suit upgrade.
Yeah.
But overall, you can see kind of the wide variety of hairstyles that we tried out. But for the most part, his hairstyle stayed the same, pretty classic.
Yeah.
But you can see
pretty
the
close
recruits.
to the captain too, isn't it?
Yeah, the captain's got a little bit more flare.
Yeah.
Flare out.
From staff.
I mean,
Yeah,
engineers got the classic
Yeah.
look.
Okay, no, I get it.
He's not so like high up on his hairstyle. He likes to.
He's an engineer. He doesn't need to worry about it. He gets his hand dirty.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, security's one who's gone through a lot of changes as well.
Yeah. So we've done a lot of hair work on her as well. Overall, because we changed the way she faces, we're still in the final hair pieces, changing it up a little bit. But again, for the color on her, yellow or orange was like a security. You should be bright, and so we stuck with the yellow for her, since orange is a lot more engineer color as well.
And she lost a gun. Is that the
Yes,
one that
and
Miss
she
Carl
lost-
took?
And she lost a gun. It could be the one that Carl has.
She's a really bad security officer. Let that happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she should really have two.
Maybe she's on
She's
Carl's
a Kimbo
side.
Jones there.
Maybe she's actually trying to help Carl. We don't know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Could be in the backstory. That's how she lost her gun. So trying to help Carl out. And of course, everyone's
Maybe they fell in love.
romance. All right, romance with space. All right, then we'll jump to everyone's favorite crew member, the recruit.
Yeah.
All right.
Dwight Newman. So from a design perspective on him, we talked about him possibly being like a younger version of the captain, with his hairstyle originally, but we wanted to make it a little bit more playful and more young style.
Yeah.
So he went with more of the curly top hair.
Yeah. Looks good. All right. So we'll go into maybe the final round. Jump back to gameplay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you
Anyone
got?
got help?
What do you got?
I need help.
I got nothing.
Then I explode.
Whoa, and the
Whoa.
game ends.
All right.
What do we got?
So, what's your number?
A 1.
Oh, good.
Oh wow.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Because I've got 5.
Boom, boom, boom.
I was
Oh,
nervous
my
that you
too.
had your 5
I
there.
actually don't know where my 5 is.
My 5 was one of the first ones to blow up.
And CJ notches another win.
And I was debating whether to save my engineer or save my 5 spot.
Yeah.
But I was like, if I save my 5 spot and not my engineer, people are going to know that that's like a top card. So I had to save my engineer.
That is true. I've started, sometimes I'm like, if I knew my cards, I was like, I would start just putting crew on like my 1, 2, 3s.
Yeah.
So like, well, what can you guys do?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
Definitely a
right.
change in strategy.
I want to talk about the artwork on these shirts that
Yeah.
we're about to announce the winner of.
I'm
So
excited.
you guys can talk about the artwork. I gotta go grab my
All
phone
right.
for the last count.
Well, before we wrap up, then let's just talk about. We'll showcase some art of the ships, some of the original art. So this is the current art of the ships, the explosions that we've gone with, and this is the old art.
The old art, which I'm actually pretty fond of.
I like the old art.
retro color kind of look. It's so it was just something that we wanted to update to make it look more like a freighter ship.
Right.
Was kind of look and feel. And the thing with the explosions was, we tried to make them a bit more colorful because this is the biggest problem I had was I am normally the green ship, and so whenever I explode, I just wouldn't notice that I was exploded because the colors are very similar. So we had to do a lot to make sure it was very obvious your ship was exploded. So some of the previous artwork was definitely a little bit different than I'd always put things on exploded ships.
Yeah.
It was really bad. And I wasn't the only one, though. It wasn't just me. But I had the biggest problem with it, for sure. So that's the history of our explosions. And then, of course, the cargo cards. You can see we spent a lot of time on kind of our freights and all of that. So that's the history of the ships. But we're here to talk a little bit about shirts. So, Vanessa, why don't you explain what we've been doing with these shirts as I pull it up here.
So for the shirts, we knew after the social stretch goal was surpassed that everyone would hopefully get access to add-on shirts. But the only thing we hadn't yet figured out 100% was the designs. We have a lot of different designs that were kind of floating around in our heads. And the fun part about doing all this live and Kickstarter in time is that we get to have your input about what you like. And so we decided that we were just going to throw out a whole bunch of options, and whichever one would win, let's just go with it.
Sure.
Because there are definitely a lot of good ones out there, and it's just so easy to pick one that would match the theme. Like all of them, I feel.
Absolutely. So, and true to our name, CJ is doing the tallies right now of who's winning. So as she's doing that,
It would actually be great if somebody could vote because I'm at a tie.
we're at a
Oh my goodness!
Well, we'll go
Someone's
through.
going to vote for the shirt that's not in the tie.
Let's go. All right, so we'll go through some of the designs. I think some of them may have been tweaked a little bit, so make sure to check our social media pages if you're the last minute vote. But let's go through each design of our space suits. All right. And it started out with some sketches, both
Like it always does.
Vanessa and Vita actually submitted sketches for the t-shirts this time, and Vita came up with a ton of ideas, so did Vanessa,
Really
and
good
so put them all together. We're like, wow, we have 7 designs?
I think we have
6?
We had 2, and then
So we must have 8 or something
8.
like that. We gave you guys a lot.
A lot of options, a lot more than I think all of us originally expected. We were thinking, oh, maybe just a few. And
You're right.
Kind of
But there's just
exploded.
there's just so many cool things you can do with the t-shirt. So
Yeah. So let's talk about Space Badge. All right, Vanessa, I think you came up with this idea.
yeah, absolutely. So Space Badge was just one of those classic this is what we are, the game name, and then everything around it represents the game itself. So We have 4 of the lightning bolts, but those are because there's 4 command cards. We have 4 of the exclamation points for 4 crisis, and then you have each crew member's badge on there. So I thought it was just a nice, simple one that kind of just showcased what the game was, you know, in icon format.
Yeah.
So it was a very simple design.
Yeah, one of the things, you know, we noticed, I think, more on social media was because the picture was smaller, the badges looked more star-like. And,
They actually, from far away, you're not seeing all the icons, so it kind of just looks like this really cool space-themed shirt. So
yeah, it looks like just planets and suns and different things happening there, and looks really cool that way from a distance. And then looking in, you get to kind of
get the kind of smaller details and
like,
you understand.
You get a question like, "Hey, what are these badges all about?" So you know, that's the space badges, just all the icons from the shirt. So an awesome design. I think it's up there. It was up there.
It was up there in the beginning, but I think some other ones have taken the lead. So it did get some love. But
all right, so we're gonna go to the comic. This is called Crisis Detected. Vanessa came up with the idea, and here's her sketch here. And CJ rolled out with an awesome final design. So Vanessa, walk us through what's happening in Crisis Detected.
So Crisis Detected is just a mini comic. I thought it was fun to do some of these in my own time to kind of give more like depth to the characters and the stories. So obviously in our game, like I said many times already, the recruit Dwight is kind of an oblivious kind of person. He also is a very ineffective person just because there's only one of him ever. So in the comic strip here, you see Dwight just kind of happily, merrily going on his way when he runs into a crisis. So he's detected one, but because he's only one recruit, he can't solve it. He has no idea how to do a resolve for an overloaded crisis. So he has to call his good old friend Steve Edison to come and resolve the crisis. And once the crisis has been resolved, as you can see in the second to last panel, the engine is back and not overloaded. He goes right back on his merry old way, just walking around oblivious. So,
and this was a popular design as well. So.
It did get some votes. It was there. I know a little bit from the design perspective, it's a little bit harder to see that from far away. So I think people were a little bit weary of what it would look like on a t-shirt 100%. But it honestly looked really good, I thought, in my opinion. But I get it. It's a little bit harder to read.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where we love it because it's just kind of gives the history of kind of the game.
It gives a little different kind of perspective, I think.
Yeah, definitely a fun one, and may not be on a t-shirt, but could be hidden elsewhere, right?
Yeah, maybe.
You know? So definitely looking to squeeze some of this awesome art in other places. So for the viewers, feel free to add some bubbles of what's happening. What is Dwight saying in all these conversations? And let's hear what you have to say. What are the what's going on?
Well, obviously in the first one, Dwight's just like whistling a tune. What tune is he whistling?
I don't know.
Probably a Fall Out Boy song.
All right. With that, we have the t-shirt, Join the Crew. All right. So did you come with this
one night I was like, you know what? Let's get some t-shirt design going. So I was like, well, how many do I want? Let's do 6 for fun. And I really love seeing the crew. There's 5 crew members. There's 5 tally marks. So I wanted to showcase the team on the ship. So that was why I did that. It was like really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, that's one thing is we love the art, love the characters, the shirts, received votes as well, and, you know, proved very popular as well. It's just, you know.
Time and time again, people say that the art really helps bring this game to life for them. So, obviously, to showcase it even further with the crew
exactly. So
is a brilliant play.
It's proven to be a great design. The question is, should Carl be part of it?
Should Carl be part of it?
Carl in the picture? And that's the question everyone is struggling with is, where's Carl? So that's Join the Crew. All right, here's a fun one. Shipping not included. Ship included. The title got cut off there. But this started out with just Untethered.
Untethered, yep.
Just Untethered. And what happened was...
While we were making the shirts, I got an extra ship. So I decided to put the ship there with the name of the game and then the untethered guy because it was kind of weird to untether him from something. So from there, I was like, Sunshine saw it, and he made that fun name.
Yeah, so I came up with the name, and I think me, Vanessa, Vita all kind of were like playing with ship ideas and things for
Yep.
Untethered, and kind of agreed that Untethered needed something
he needed
else.
something in there. He needed to be untethered from something.
So we
And
wanted to
it's-
show the ship.
Yeah.
Tell us from the ship.
And fun fact about all the ship colors, wherever you see it, is whoever is designing or making the thing, 99% of the time makes it their own ship. Unless it's exploding, then they make it someone else's ship. So you'll see that in the rules video. I made the rules video. It's my ship that's winning the game. Other people's ships are blowing up around.
So one of the funny things you guys can see, as you see on the shirt, Vita put the purple ship because she is the purple ship. But as you see on the artwork that was done by CJ, she did the blue ship.
Blue ship.
Wonder why.
So we'll have to
I'm
hear
not
from
complaining though.
we'll have to hear from everybody what ship color should it be if this ends up being one. But it's been an incredibly popular shirt. This one,
It has been.
shipping that.
It might have to have another if it wins.
If
If
it
it
wins.
wins, we might have to have another competition. What ship color should we
to
do?
win. So.
That is exactly why I left it.
All right. Now we have the T-shirt. Take flight. Just all the ships flying about.
Yep.
So, yeah, just a very simple design. But if you like all the ships, because you like
You want
all
to show
the
love to
colors.
all the colors.
Exactly. This is the shirt for you, and we saw
It
votes
is
for this.
very popular.
It was very
It
popular.
is part of the top 2.
All right, so
Oh.
it's proven incredibly popular.
It's very popular.
And the thing with this, is definitely as we build out our Kickstarter campaign, if we begin hitting more stretch goals, that
We might be able to offer the second most popular.
yeah,
Maybe.
and
Who
we
knows?
may offer more shirt ideas, and there could be alternate art site here,
Yeah.
right? So definitely support the Kickstarter campaign if you haven't already for more awesome designs. But just a nice, straightforward design there, which take flight. And Vita, you came up with this ship.
Yes, I
All
did, I
right.
did.
The shirt idea. All right. So we'll move to another fun one. Never safe in space. All right. Who came up with the phrase?
So I don't know when I heard it or who said it or something. It was
Was
of
it during a game?
It was during a game, and someone said it, and it just hit me at that evening when I was drawing these. I'm like, you know what? It'd be really fun to have a cool quote because I buy t-shirts that have cool quotes, and never safe in space seems like a very on point saying when you're playing this game. So
Yeah.
that's how I got on there.
It was a great idea. Absolutely.
So yeah, everyone's we love saying the phrase now ever since we started coming out with the shared idea. Never safe in space, and surprisingly, the blue ship blew up on this one, which
Yeah,
is
that was great.
Yeah.
she was
Wait,
like,
I am all about my color.
she's just like, as long as my color is in it, who cares?
Put colors in it.
I'd imagine
It's
she would have
there.
just done the green one just to spite you.
I would have blown up someone else's
From a
ship.
visual perspective, the blue and the yellow are great.
I will agree. Blue and yellow
So-
make great contrasting
Yeah.
colors.
That's
There we
why.
go. All right, and then Orbit. Orbit's is kind of a calm, chill one.
Yeah.
And so
So the reason I did Orbit was I'm like, sometimes when we can sneak in from work, we want a really cool t-shirt design with a suit coat. And Orbit, you can just sneak it in to work.
yeah.
And that's why I thought of Orbit. Just because it's simple, it showcases the game. I love the arts of the planet, but yet at the same time, you can wear it anywhere you want.
Absolutely, it's definitely one of the shirts where someone was just ask you, what's this design all about? Where's it from? So just get people talking. So Orbit's just a nice, simple design. We saw votes for it as well.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it for our t-shirt designs. So CJ is still tallying. Are we down to the last two? So
So what I ended up doing, because we are at a tie,
We're
I haven't
at a
voted
tie.
yet, so I can break the tie.
Have I voted?
I have not voted.
so
either.
you can go out on our Instagram and the story and
Yeah.
place your vote and see the winner based off of that.
Instagram
So go
story.
to your Instagram story
Oh wait,
and place your vote on the final two.
All right, so which two are the finals?
The final two are the take flight
Take flight,
Okay.
and the shipping,
not included.
not included.
Ship
Ooh.
So-
included.
The only reason that it is tied is because when we posted up the top two, somebody voted for the lower one at that time.
Oh.
So that made the tie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So,
I don't know which one would win if I had the tiebreaker.
you know, so I'll tell you this. A fun fact about the shipping not included, ship included one is on our Facebook page. It keeps flagging us that people have questions about it because it sounds like a question.
Our business shipping not included
on our business page. So we keep getting flagged. Someone's trying to ask you a question. We're like, "What's the question?" And it's like, "Oh, they just keep posting that." And so we're getting a lot of flags. Really funny, but you know, definitely my favorite of the names. All right, so probably this evening we'll officially announce then
we'll have
the
to
final winner.
give everybody a chance to vote on the story.
Okay.
But we do have an announcement of our other giveaway.
All right, let's hear it.
I've been working on tallying up all of those. And basically, I think the best way to do that, since everybody earned an entry into the drawing based off of how many people you tagged, we're going to do the Wheel of Names and pick a winner with everybody's wheel. So it's a full giant wheel. And we'll spin the wheel.
You're hearing the spin.
We're spinning for the glass
Nobody
giveaway.
is.
Who's it gonna be?
All right.
Oh, well, it can't be Vita.
Rigged! Rigged!
Yep. It
Why
can't be
would
me.
you
You can't win.
Why you put me in there?
Because you were technically a person that tagged.
We should have shown the viewers that.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, and now it's going to be me.
No! Rigged!
I wanted a glass, and I think based off of the fact that we tagged our friends in it.
All right. Next time, I will oversee the independent validation of this giveaway.
Apparently, we just let the people who just give it to themselves.
I'm making so it's not us, but to be accurate, it should be. Okay, so the person that actually won is on our Instagram.
All right.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
It is their Instagram name, which is a little bit harder. It looks like Vistechini.
Yeah.
Vistechini.
That's what I got. I don't know.
We will DM you guys.
Yeah.
I was Techini.
And then we will get your address and we'll ship those glasses to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm going to post that right now to you guys, but yeah, that's the winner.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you for everyone who participated in the giveaway.
Yeah.
We will perhaps have another one. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're always trying to think of ways to get you guys more engaged with us. We love hearing from you. And so look out, check out the social media in the future. We could do that again.
Absolutely. And I guess Vita and CJ technically already got their glasses because we had to make some prototypes. So.
Right.
I forgot my glass. I had to leave it here.
Yeah, my glass is here too. So, yeah.
As it should be.
Dishwasher.
All right, so congratulations to Agus Techini for winning the glass giveaway. And as everyone mentioned, there are more opportunities, so just continue to follow us on social media.
So vote for your t-shirt tonight.
Vote for your t-shirt.
Yep,
Absolutely.
we got 2 in tight competition, so
Yeah.
we need the tiebreaker.
Exactly.
For you guys.
All right. All right, so let's just kick back for a reminder of all the things happening in our campaign. We are 75% there, is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
75%? What?
That's pretty crazy. Thanks to everyone who all have backed so far. So we really appreciate it.
And when does our campaign end?
November 19th.
November 19th is when our Kickstarter campaign ends. So if you haven't supported already, please do so. We are 75% there. And as many of you know, once we hit our goal of $7,000, we will begin pushing for stretch goals. And we have a lot of cool things happening with stretch goals.
We want to do some nice things to the cards. We can't do that unless we get overfunded.
Yeah, we want to upgrade the cards. We want to get some alternate arts out there. We want to get more things into the product for you. So we have other card ideas, expansions, things like that. But to do that, we need to hit those stretch goals. So make sure to support, pledge, whatever you're able. So, obviously if you're not able, don't worry about it. Share our campaign on social media. Tell your friends about the game if it is something that you love. And get out there. We have other add-ons like the t-shirts that everyone's just been voting on. We have playmats.
So the design for the playmats will be coming out later this week for everybody to vote on.
Yeah.
To choose their favorite on that too.
Absolutely. So we have playmats. This is going to be awesome design, something that you're going to vote on. So make sure to tune in for the Kickstarter. So let's go over our different options. So we have the standard game for $20. We do still have some early birds out there available, but that might be closing soon, so you got to get out there fast if you still want to get for $18. But the standard game, $20, you get Captain's Log, Crisis Detected, and as we unlock stretch goals, you'll get everything included with those stretch goals. Next to sharing is caring. So you can get 2 copies of the game for a great deal for $34. That's an awesome discount. And we're expecting that, when this game is produced, you'll be receiving it, mid next year, probably earlier. So that's a great thing is, it's going to be great. Share it with your friends, springtime, awesome thing to do. So 2 copies of the game for sharing is caring. And then share the love, even better. You get 2 copies of the game plus 2 t-shirts. 2 t-shirts of the design that all of you helped vote for. So the design is getting finalized today. So make sure to check out Share the Love. 2 games, 2 shirts. Boom, $75. Awesome deal. And of course, the big one, you can be in the game. This is where you can have 3 custom captain cards made in the likeness similar to our art of you or whatever you choose, I guess. So really, if you want it to be you, a friend, family, whatever, it's going to be a likeness of that in our character style design. It's going to be fun. You're going to have person's name, whatever you want, stamped on there for the card. So you can be Captain Sunshine, Captain Vanessa, Captain CJ, Captain Vita, but probably Captain Sunshine. So feel free to send my picture and it's fine. But we've had people pledge for this. People want to be in the game.
We
so
actually only have 4 copies left, I think,
Yeah.
available to purchase. So we've had 6
Whoa.
people
So
want them, and we can only do so many.
That's
Yeah.
insane. So make sure to be in the game soon so that you can have your likeness in the game. And of course, we have add-ons with the t-shirts for how much are the t-shirts?
They are $20.
$20. So with all these different tiers, you can, no matter what you choose, you can always add more t-shirts for your friends, family, different things like that. So
And
make sure.
if you've already pledged,
Yep.
you can go back and change your pledge
Yes.
to
Add on the t-shirts.
Exactly.
or
So
Playmates.
if you've already made your pledge and you want t-shirts, playmats are going for
$25.
So $20 for shirts, $25 for playmats. Great deals. Make sure to update your pledge if you've already pledged. You want those things. It's going to be awesome, and that helps us get closer to our goal and get more stretch goals for you. So make sure to check out all of the great things happening on Kickstarter for updates and follow us on all of our social media. Is there anything else that we need to say today?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to follow us on social media and support us, Captain's Log Crisis Detected on Kickstarter. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.